Hey everybody, Motor Poet 59 here. How about Kamala Harris and her sudden 180 on immigration? Remember during the campaign and leading up, well, all the way through the Trump administration, every time something was mentioned about the wall, she popped off and had something to say, as did Gavin Newsom and every other idiot liberal in the United States. But Kamala Harris was extremely vocal about Donald Trump's immigration policies. And during the campaign, and she was still criticizing, accusing him of sending the military to enforce immigration laws and keep these kids in cages and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, he was a xenophobe and a racist and all that. And then yesterday she comes out and says, to all you Guatemalans, you better not come here or we will enforce our immigration laws. Oh, it's okay for you to enforce your immigration laws, but it wasn't okay for Donald Trump to enforce them. Nor was it okay for George W. Bush to enforce them. Oh, okay, we see how it is. Look, the Democrats were pandering to the Hispanic vote. That's all they were doing. It's all they've ever done is pander to one group or another, whether it's the Hispanics, the blacks, the gays. It doesn't matter. All they do is pander to people, make promises that make them sound like they're going to do something for them and help them out. And then once they get their way, once they get in office like they are now, all those promises are broken. They're not going to help the Hispanics. They're not going to help the illegal immigrants. And they're not going to help the Hispanics who live here. They're not. They're not going to do anything for those people who decided to support them. I don't know a lot of Hispanic people, but I do know a few, and they didn't trust. They're conservatives, and they didn't trust any of that. They know what's up, but some don't. Some are willing to follow the herd off the cliff, and it's sad. It's sad that the Democrats have been doing this for so long. I remember it's Jimmy Carter. Way back when, talking about the Arabs and how he was going to do this for them and that for them. It was just a crock of crap. He didn't do anything. And in Jimmy Carter's defense, I think his hands were tied. But the Biden administration, their hands aren't tied. They can do whatever they want. The Republicans can't stop them. So whatever enemies they make now with this new 180 turn they've done on immigration are going to be on them. They can't blame the Republicans this time. They can't say, well, we wanted to do this, but the Republicans voted it down. That can't happen now. That is, until the end of next year, they can do whatever they want. And they're just not going to do it. They're not going to keep the promises they made, not to the Hispanics, not to the blacks, not to anybody that they promised to help or that they made themselves sound good to, the people they pandered to. They're not going to do anything for them. They have historically, look at all the opportunities that Barack Obama, as the first black American president, look at all the opportunities he squandered to bring people together, to erase, to help, at least try to erase the lines of racism. But instead of doing that, he just kept pointing at them. He was no different than Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson or Maxine Waters or any other race-baiting liberal, all the way back to Angela Davis. It was obvious what he was doing and which side he was taking, and all it did was make things worse. Did he do anything for the black community? Anything at all? Nothing. No, he didn't. He did nothing for the black community. He did nothing for any community. But he had the greatest opportunity to do things for the black community, and he didn't. He squandered that opportunity. Biden is one of the old white guys that the left are always bitching about. Kamala Harris is one of the old white guys that everybody on the left are always bitching about. They are no different than any other old white guy that they always bitch about. But the left voted for him this time, and they put him in charge. Don't say we didn't warn you. Don't say we didn't tell you this is what was going to happen, but now it's happening. And I just think it's absolutely hilarious. It's hypocritical, but it's hilarious. It is typically liberal, but it's hilarious. It is so such a Democrat trait, but it's hilarious. It's sad, but it's hilarious. What do you think? What do you think of the 180 that the Biden administration is pulling on immigration right now? Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motorpoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content, and we'll see you later.